received a comment asking me what worked for me while I was studying for the LSAT. I made a little list of things, and I just want to preface this by saying that everything that worked for me may or may not work for you and vice versa. So if you've already tried any of these things and they didn't work for you, don't get discouraged. Everyone learns differently. Big thing for me was that 70% of my studying was dedicated to LR. Okay, maybe not 70% exactly, but you get what I'm saying. And I did this simply because 2/3 of the exam is LR. So in my mind, I'd rather be good at LR over RC because it takes up more of the exam. Next thing was not forcing myself to study if I was exhausted. I am super big on mental health and just being in tune with my body. So if I was just not feeling it, or maybe I started my period that day, sorry for the TMI, then I would take it a little bit easier. I would sit around for a little bit. I might do a few practice questions, but then I'd spend the rest of the day on the couch. Kind of going along with this last one is just pushing myself if I was just being lazy. There is a difference between being exhausted and being close to burnout and then just being lazy. On the morning of the exam, you don't know how you're gonna feel when you sit down. And maybe you're just feeling tired, maybe you just don't wanna do it, but you have to learn the difference between pushing yourself and not overdoing it. Next thing is any books that I used, I did not allow myself to move forward in the book unless I fully understood the chapter that I was reading. Don't get me wrong, some concepts are harder than others, but there is a difference between not understanding it at all and having a decent grasp at it. Next thing, which is probably my favorite, is sticking to a routine. So obviously most of you probably get up in the morning, brush your teeth, do your hair, shower, etc., get a coffee, whatever the case is. So for me, I would do all these things, but I would make sure to study LR on the same days and then RC on the same days every single week. And then I took a PT every single Saturday. And I will probably make a follow-up video going a little bit more in depth about how I did that. I probably have a million more tips, but the last thing I'm going to share, and this one I really think changed the way I approached the LSAT, was spending time with my family in the evening. I am grateful and blessed enough to be living at home with my parents while I'm studying to go to law school. So on the days that I wasn't working, I would stay at home studying all day long. And then as soon as they got home, I would eat dinner with them and then sit on the couch and watch a movie. The last month going into the exam, I didn't really do it as often because I knew I needed to lock in a little bit more. But it was truly just a constant reminder of why I want to do this, why I want to go to law school, and why it's important to me. And again, just because these things work for me does not mean that they'll work for you. But I think everyone can take a little something from this list.